for improving your speaking voice.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Have you ever listened to yourself on the answering machine? Oh my God, that's not me. Of course it is me, but it doesn't sound very good. And when I leave a message to my wife, like, Lois, would you like me to pick up a bottle of milk? That's the way it sounds to me, all mumbling, no enunciation, no good sound. Today, I'm going to tell you how you can improve your voice. I passed out some notes. The first page is, the yellow one, has to do with the key points of my speech. And if you want to keep some notes, you can. The second one is for reference, the green one. Now, the goal of all of this is that all of you are going to have a better voice in 12 minutes. And so the hardest nut to crack here is our Toastmaster today, the golden baritone. So I'm going to ask for a sample first that you read from the last page. The one that starts with 10, please.
10 lyrical, spherical, diabolical denizens of the deep, who all stall around the corner of the quo of the quay of the quivery, all at the same time.
Thank you. Now, I don't know how we're going to work on that to make it any better, because he is blessed with the right resonances that are so beautiful and blend all together. We can't change our voice that way and make the resonance different, unless I guess we stuff some things on our nose and whatever we can manipulate. But there are things that we can do. And the first one I want to talk about is that you always have to do on your voice is warm it up. I should tell you first my credentials for being a speech coach. I have none. Until I decided I was going to improve my voice, and I got on YouTube and I started to watch those videos. And then I found that they didn't tell me anything that I didn't already know. And what I knew was from being in barbershop choir and having hours of practice, and then taking lessons from the director for a year and improving my voice. And all of the things that he taught me are exactly the same things that you'll find from the speech coaches on YouTube. By the way, on the last page, I have put 9 videos from the YouTube on our website, which is youtube.com/factmasters. And there I have 9. There are hundreds of them on there. These are just some that I selected out. Let's start out with warming up our voice. I never warm up my voice except for practicing ahead of time. Well, let's just do it right now. There are lots of them. There are as many of those as there are speech coaches of different ways to warm up. But let's just start out with just relax and go. Everything. Move your tongue around in a figure 8. Stick your jaw. And you want to make everything relaxed. Everything up here. We get so tight, and when you're tight, your voice goes higher and the timbre changes. So the second thing is we'll just go. We'll go from the bottom of our register to the top, and then we'll come back down. And also feel the vibration. Hold your lips like this, and as you hum, feel the vibration that happens when you go through various resonances. Start low. Now go back down. Let me tell you, a choir that hasn't warmed up is nothing. The difference is huge in the range, the timbre, the sound. It's all different. So you have to, I have some, on the reference page here, I have some other warm-ups. The second point is getting voice support from the diaphragm. your diaphragm pushes up. And when it pushes up, it makes your lungs collapse, and that's where the air comes from. The thing that you want to learn is how to breathe. Now, everyone taking a deep breath. Okay? Now, some of you were like this. But when you're speaking, singing, you want to make yourself go out from here. Like that. So breathe up in and make your tummy go out.
I don't have to make mine.
It's all over.
You have to go with this. So breathe out. Okay. Now, when you come back in, you pull up from here, and you is to give the feeling. It's like in football, you say hut. So breathe out, and then say hut, 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 hut. You feel that push? Hut, hut. Okay, that's what you want to be doing. Now it took me hundreds and hundreds of dollars with my voice coach, when all I did was go to his house, and I would do this one. Try this one. Yo ho, yo ho, yo ho, yo ho, yo yo, yo yo ho, yo ho, yo yo ho, yo ho, yo ho. You feel that? There's a big difference. There's a big difference, and the difference is that there's pressure that's in there. That's one. There's pressure. And so you don't have to send a signal down, okay, I got to turn on the pumps to start to say the word ah. And then I'm done with the word, so I'll relax. It's always there. The pressure's there, and then you can let it out when you need it. The second point is, besides the pressure, is that when you push up like this, you tend to make your voice relax. I mean, the upper muscles relax, especially when you're going on the high end of your register. Okay? Now, there's a question of what's the right frequency that you want to be at. There's a book that I have right here called The Suicide Voice. I've had this for years, Dr. Morton Cooper. And he calls this the Dr. Morton Cooper Voice Press. And what you do is, right here between in your sternum, right below your sternum, you push in there and you vibrate. And you say, oh, well, you hum. Well, it's better to say, oh. Okay, now say, Now, when you're on the high end, you can feel it vibrate up here. You feel the vibration in your nose, and when you go way down low, you can feel it in your chest. He says it should be 2/3 or right in between. All right. So about there from okay, right about there. So, and then you want to go have the ability to go up and down like 4 notes. If you're all the way at the bottom of the register, then you can't go up, although there are some great basso profundo voices that we hear that we would like to emulate, to be like Darth Vader or whatever. And so that is the key thing, is having that pressure. Now, the next thing has to do with projection. With that, you've got more power to project your voice. If you have a weak voice and you don't have that lift, then you can't project. Now, it doesn't mean shouting. It means projecting. And another part of projecting is that you have more air to make those syllables and vowels change. You're not letting up the pressure. So if you listen to the difference, like when I talk like this or when I talk like this, there's a difference. It's subtle, but it is there, and it makes a huge difference. Now, the next one has to do with articulation. And I have here a list on the back page. The NBC announcer test is one of them. There are thousands of them on the website, on the internet. And this was established in the 40s, and my father was an announcer during the golden age for CBS. And I remember him walking around the house saying these. He would say, you need to articulate 3 squawking geese. So let's try them. Now remember, here, this is putting it all together. let's start out with one hand and get the pressure up. Take a breath. Go up, put out your stomach, and get that pressure so it's pushed up like you're going to say hut. Now say one hand. One hand. You go to the next one. Two ducks.
Two.
Three squawking geese. Three squawking geese. Four limerick oysters. Four limerick oysters. Now the rest just once. Five quarterly horses. And then all at 6, you have to know how to say alverzos. Okay? 6 pairs of alverzos tweezers. Now, do you have the pressure? Do you have the pressure that's there? And does it make, do you feel that it makes a difference? The problem I have with having the pressure there, this platform, is that when I learned to, when I was singing, I only had to do it for 3 or 4 minutes, and I'd remember the content, so I didn't have to think about anything. But to go for an entire speech and keep this pressure there, it's hard because I'm not used to it. It's just like everything else. It's a habit that I've learned. The final point of all of this is that although you've learned what you need to do, unless you practice it hundreds and hundreds of times, it won't be part of you. So my suggestion is this, that you take these things, you go to our website and you look down there on the featured videos that are there on the playlist that I put up, and look at all the others. You can search for many others. And watch them and try it. And then I would suggest that you read and do this. Then the content doesn't get in the way. So you can read something and then you don't have to think about it, and you can try to do it, you know, for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, so that you can get, so it's just a natural thing that you got this up with. In conclusion, I would like to ask our golden throat to apply everything that he's got to the final sentence. One breath. One breath. Go way out, you'll never make it.
10 lyrical, spherical, diabolical denizens of the deep, all stall around the corner of the quo of the quay of the quivery, all at the same time.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Now I have to ask you, was there any difference?
The first time, it took me 2 breaths.
Yeah. Great. Okay. Well, that's it. I suggest that we all think about this. It really can make your voice better and can make it heard at the back of the room. That's what you want to have, and you want to articulate.
Thank you, Geoff. Both of those speeches were